Yo, what's up YouTube? Zariah here, and today you're on the Zariah Speaks channel. And today, what we're going to be talking about is something I've, struggled with, dealt with, how to deal with post-manic depression. This is going to apply to anyone suffering with bipolar 1, bipolar 2, schizoaffective disorders, even, schizophrenia. If you experience mania and psychosis, chances are, after those episodes have ended, you experience some form of depression, some sort of depression, a low. That's kind of what bipolar is. You teeter in between depression and mania at all times throughout your life. Sometimes that teeter can be, a line 1 millimeter thick, and you're always swinging left to right, manic depressed, or that middle ground could be as big as a highway lane, and so you're not depressed and manic, just like that, just that easy. So let's just get into it. This is in no particular order, but let's just get into it. Some of the symptoms of post-manic depression. Some of this, I do have my notebook, as you guys know. Some of the symptoms, the first one, feeling sad. That's a given. Mania is high. It's a natural high. Everything feels good. Colors are vibrant. When you're not manic no more, it's kind of hard to find that same sense of enjoyment. It's kind of hard to get that same dopamine rush. You're gonna feel sad after. Another one is anxiety. This is a good one. Well, it's not good to be anxious, but it's a symptom. Mania, you feel like you can do anything. There's no embarrassment. There's no guilt. You feel like you can do anything. And then when you come down, you sort of realize, yeah, I do typically have like some anxiety in certain social encounters. That's one of the symptoms. Another one is trouble remembering things. This was a big one for me. I call it blacking out, or some people say blinking. When you're manic, sometimes you do things and you're not even aware of them. When you're done with the mania, you can't even recall these things. Your friends or relatives might remind you of certain things you did and you can't even recall them. Another symptom is sleeping too much. This is a very important one. We're going to be talking about later in the video on how to deal with this, but sleeping too much. You're depressed, you're not manic, you're not high, you're not naturally high anymore, so stuff doesn't feel as good. So you might, you might avoid reality. You might just sleep. You want to dream all day, because it's not the same as being manic. Couple more, losing interest in your hobbies. This is another one. I used to be a big video gamer, Xbox, and then I transitioned to PCs. I lost a lot of interest in playing video games. They didn't give me the same sort of enjoyment or fulfillment. You may, lose interest in fishing or drawing or painting, watching movies. You may lose interest in walking your dog. That's normal. Another one is feeling hopeless. Again, in mania, you feel like you're Superman or Superwoman. You can do anything. And then when you come down and realize, you come back to, society's norms, you can feel a little hopeless. Like you don't have that same courage. You don't have that same willpower. And then the last symptom, but not least, is having thoughts of, death. I'm not going to say the S word. I think YouTube might pick that word up or whatever, and I'm trying to keep this family friendly, but basically, you have thoughts of offing yourself because the lows can get so low, you think you can never climb back up. And before I get to like how to deal with post-manic depression, I just want to let you guys know, remind you guys everything will be all right. You're not the only one suffering with bipolar, schizophrenia. You're not the only one suffering with mania and depression. Millions of people have this, and they make it through every day. So, you know, keep going. Do not off yourself. Keep going. So let's let me turn the page on this. I keep bullet points. That's how I record these videos. But this is let's get into how to deal with the post-manic depression. We went over some of the symptoms. Let's how to deal with it. So the first one, this is in no particular order. One is not more important than the next. It's just how it's coming out. Reduce stress. There are many ways to reduce stress. We all have our vices. Some people meditate. Some people go for walks. Some people do yoga. Me, I like having a cup of green tea. A nice hot cup of green tea. I guess the L-theanine, compound in it, it relaxes me. Let's get to the next one. This is very important. This is what I was talking about previously. You need to develop a consistent sleep schedule. I'm not telling you got to wake up at 4 in the morning, rise, grind, till you fall. But, sleeping in to 1 p.m., 2 p.m., if you go to sleep at 10 p.m. the night before, that's 12 to 14 hours. You need to develop a consistent sleep schedule. Maybe you get 6 hours, or maybe you get 8 hours, but try and wake up at the same time every day. I struggle with this. I've had plenty of manic episodes and plenty of depressive episodes. And sleep is something that it's a big one for me. When I get depressed, I just want to sleep in all day. I don't want to get out of my bed. I don't want to face reality. Develop a good sleep schedule. And if you're wondering why I'm moving up and down, it's because I'm holding my phone with my arm, and I'm not gonna lie, it starts burning. Next one, rely on your support system. Everybody doesn't have the same support system, because everybody is not everybody. Everybody is not you, or you're not him, her. But we all have a support system, whether that be our entire family, maybe our mom or dad, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, maybe it's a friend, or maybe it's a group of friends. Rely on your support system. Don't be afraid to call someone up and, just talk on the phone. You don't have to meet up, or don't be afraid of setting, making plans. You and this person, a group of people, go to the mall and just walk around. You don't even have to buy anything. You can window shop. Rely on your support system. When you're getting down and you feel like you're by yourself, you're in this on your own, you're all alone, pick up that phone and call someone. Rely on your support system. Let them talk you through it. Everything will be all right. Another way on how to deal with post-manic depression, you got to be nice to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. It can be sort of embarrassing, or you could feel, sad or even mad about certain things you did in mania and psychosis. You got to be easy on yourself. Obviously, if you had full control, you wouldn't have done those things. You wouldn't have, sort of embarrassed yourself this way, or you wouldn't have did this and did this act. Be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Next couple points, I got 5 more points. Next one is apologize. This kind of goes with don't beat yourself up. In mania, it's very easy for relationships and friendships and stuff to get ruined and get severed because, you're doing things out of character. That person, when you first started their relationship or friendship, they knew you for being you. And when you're manic and psychotic, you're not really you. So relationships, bonds can be severed. The best thing you can do is just own up to it. Even though you weren't in full control, just own up to it and apologize. Apologize. The next point, stay on your medication. Chances are the reason you went manic or psychotic in the first place was because you probably went off your medication or you self-medicated, which is another point. Avoid substances. Stay on your medication and avoid alcohol and recreational drugs. People with bipolar and schizoaffective and schizophrenia and stuff like that, people who suffer from mania and psychosis, it's very easy for recreational drugs like marijuana to get us to the manic state, to get us psychotic. Recreational drugs and alcohol are definitely a catalyst for those two, mania and psychosis. Two more points. Therapy. If you have therapy, whether it's one-on-one or group therapy, make sure you attend those therapy sessions. Sometimes you might not want to get out of bed. It may be cold or rainy or snowy. Try to attend those therapy sessions. Get it out. Talk. It's very important. And the last one is have a healthy diet. If you're putting junk food and processed foods, fast foods in your system, you're not going to have the energy. And when you're already depressed, when you deal with depression, the energy is already low. So imagine if you're in a depressive episode and you eat McDonald's, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're not going to get out of your bed besides to eat. And you're probably not even doing that. You're probably eating in your bed. And then imagine if you're in a depressive episode and you eat a good breakfast. For lunch, you eat some chicken and veggies. And then dinner, you eat a steak and some asparagus. You're going to be way more inclined. You're going to feel better. And you're going to get out of that depressive episode faster. But that's all I really wanted to talk about this video. If you guys found this helpful, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you comment. If you know anybody suffering with bipolar, schizoaffective, or schizophrenia, or anything like that, share this video with them. Thank you. XOL.